Hello everyone, this is KID, I'm the man bringing you all another model kit review of the Kotobukiya 1/6 scale KBT00M MetalBeetle, or as you all know him as, Medabee, the exclusive Medaclear version. Yes, we're back again with the Kotobukiya line of model kits, and we're going on another nostalgia trip. But first off, which should be obvious, this is a plastic model kit, which means you have to build it, paint it, and occasionally apply some color correcting stickers. Thankfully, this kit doesn't need them. I got this kit new as someone was selling this kit on my local shopping platform. Although it was a little bit pricey, I think it was worth it. Since I can make a video, please subscribe to the channel. I think we've been here long enough, so without further ado, let's get started. For some context, this is the exact same kit as the one released in retail, I think, by Kotobukiya. Only this time, however, it is entirely molded in clear transparent plastic, making the molding of this kit look even more amazing. Kotobukiya did an amazing job in translating the character from the anime into model kit form. Whether or not did they add any new details to the original, that's up for debate. If you're looking for a Medabot like Metabee but couldn't purchase it in the past due to a lack of funds, you should definitely pick these up. The face of the Medabot is nicely molded. It really does give you an impression that he came straight out of the anime, with the translucent yellow and pearly white plastic complementing each other and completing the look. Just like every other Kotobukiya Medabot kits, the design of the eyes are made to look even more robotic. Now, not many people may agree with the creative liberty of the look, but I kinda like it. You could even add some panel line paint to it to bring out the look. But if it does bother you, try to add some foil stickers or aluminium foil behind the eye visor. The Seiko missiles here are nicely molded as well, which also includes the exhaust holes. These holes also allow you to view some of the missiles, readily made available and prepared to be shot out when needed. I honestly didn't expect this and thought it would be just a hollow barrel, but I was mistaken. Not only does this give the kit more realism, it also shows you how passionate Kotobukiya was when taking on this IP. The torso of the kit is nicely done as Kotobukiya definitely captured the blocky look to it. It actually shows how simplistic the design of this old KBT type Medabot is. Unlike in the show or older iterations of Medabee, this version does have what I can assume are air vents on the chest, which realistically makes sense, as these are machines and they need some way to blow off some steam. The arms of the kit are equally blocky too. You get a simple square armor for his shoulders, an inferior skinny joint system, and lastly a gigantic forearm magnum gun to complete the look. I'm not entirely sure what this barrel is at the back of the shoulder, but it's still pretty cool, probably to store some ammo. It's made of a speckled semi-translucent metallic black plastic with the same yellow plastic at the end of the barrel. Speaking of barrels, the magnum gun arm is protruding quite menacingly. Next to it, it's supposed to be a type of screw if you look at the online pictures, but this time it's a pearly white piece of plastic. Despite this being a model kit, it actually comes with a gimmick. As you can see, there's a spring inside of the magnum barrel, which we will take a closer look at it later on. For the left arm, it's pretty much the same as the right, only inverted. Instead of a magnum weapon attachment, we get a double barrel submachine gun. That's a little bit overkill, but it's still cool. Unlike the right arm, there isn't a shooting gimmick here. Guess it might be a little bit hard to translate that in model kit form. The lower half of the body is just as iconic, even though it's not made for speed as its bulkiness is intentional. You know, for having a strong balance to shoot every weapon in your arsenal. The pearly white plastic does make it pop right at the center. Here's the aforementioned bulky legs for stability. If you don't believe me, the two toe looking parts on each side of the feet should be a clear indication as to why Medabee was designed this way. However, it is not as dull as Gundam model kits since the bottom of the feet does have its own unique design. Almost as if this Medabot was a Kamen Rider. Nevertheless, it's an appreciated design choice. Just like every other Medabot, you're gonna need to have a place to insert a medal. Hence, here is the medal compartment. Last but not least, here's Medabee's humongous kick. Plus, you can see the joint system of his knees, which allows you for some good posability. He comes with fists, open palm hands, a pair of grabby hands, a transparent visor, an open eye visor, a locked on or annoyed looking visor, 3 phallic shaped bullets, the AI medal, Seiko missile effect pieces, a stand adapter, and a stand. which has a nice design of Medabee's medal, which you can add the paint for the eye too. As I mentioned before, there is a gimmick to the right magnum weapon, hence why you can see a little spring inside of it. You're meant to put the dill bullet into the chamber of the right arm. The curved section of it is facing outwards, whilst the flat bottom goes in head first. Just slowly line them up with each other and push it in. Now how do we get it out? By pressing the white button, of course. The shooting gimmick itself is quite impressive and reminiscent to the older dual model Medabots kits. Just be careful not to lose the bullets while shooting them in the air or against another Medabot. For the other effect pieces, it's pretty self-explanatory. All you gotta do is find the two different holes on the missile barrels and on the effect pieces. Once that step is done, just line them up and put them together. And now you have Metabee launching his Seeker missiles. Since this is considered a very old kit when I got him, the white smoke plastic deteriorated quite a bit, making them a little bit sticky to the touch. So that's one thing to take note of if you do end up getting this kit. As for the adapter, you can place it on any stands with a 3mm peg. When you do, you can rest Metabee on it at its crotch. Since there isn't anywhere you can peg it in, you're practically relying on gravity for your poses. Just because he's a robot doesn't mean he has no emotions, and now he can depict those emotions by way of using his eyes. To replace his various eyes, you're gonna have to remove his face. Now that's gonna haunt me in my nightmares. Take the eyes that you want to use, place it on top of the face. If it doesn't fit, feel free to shave off that excess piece of plastic. It should look as flushed as this clear visor look, so take your time in shaving it off just so you can get a perfect fit. This set also comes with a cutout dialogue card, just like the previously reviewed Cross Messiah Medabot. Just by doing a simple Google image translate, this card says, "It's finally time to go," or "It's go time." In American, "It's decided. It's a Robattle. Robattle. If it's a Robattle, come call me anytime. I have no choice but to do it." And finally, if you're a friend, it's only natural for you to rush over at times like these. You also get a blank card to write on. Maybe like, comment, and subscribe? There's also this Medabot cutout, perfect for some target practice. The included stand is meant for the cardboard cutouts. It's a slightly snug fit, so do be careful during the insertion. Insert the stand into the included metal stand, put it in slowly and carefully as the translucent plastic is prone to breaking or cracking. Here he is next to the 1/144 scale Gundam Helios, a Lightning Collection Male Yellow Ranger, a Dino Fury basic figure, the Legacy Collection Dr. Oliver, the Cross Messiah Medabot, the classic dual model Medabot, and Decade. Now Metabee isn't the only Medabot that I own. If you've seen my previous review on Cross Messiah, you would have noticed that I also have the Psychiatrist, Metabee's Season 2 upgrade. Since all of these are from the same Kotobukiya toy line, you've guessed it, they are compatible with each other. To know more about the Metapart change feature, check out the Cross Messiah review. Another thing that you'll notice in that video is that I mentioned I had the classic dual model Medabot Metabee. You saw it in the comparison segment earlier. So let's bring him over here so that we can take a look at him just to see how far we've come since the 90s. The reason why it was called dual model was because this set actually came with a tin pad, with some parts made out of die-cast metal. Other than that, it came with runners where your meta parts are attached to, just so you can put them all together to make your very own Medabot. And I gotta say, I played with this version of Metabee so much that I can't believe it still holds up till this day. Obviously, as a primary school kid, I did not know how to tidy up a model kit, so do bear with me on the exposed nut marks you're seeing right now. This dual model Metabee was a fairly simple build as most of the parts were already pre-painted. The color separation of the plastic was on point, as well as giving you an easy time to put them all together. What's left for you to do would be to apply the included stickers. Now I have removed the stickers that would make this model almost like a real grade quality Gundam, so you have to rely on Google Images if you want to know how it looks. Another great thing about this dual model kit is that they all came with a gimmick. Metabee here can shoot bullets out of his weapons, whereas any other melee type Medabot would have a claw opening feature or a shooting fist. The weapon arms all contains a trigger button for you to press into to activate the gimmick. These dual model Medabots kits also came with a Metapart change feature too, mainly due to the fact that the tin pad limbs can actually be pulled apart. So if you ever had a different dual model Medabot kit, you can swap the Metaparts just like you've seen on the show. Oh, it also comes with a metal storage feature too, just like the Kotobukiya kit, but I definitely lost it in the park near my old home. So all in all, after taking a brief look at how far we've come since the 90s, the Kotobukiya Medaclear Medabee, it's definitely a kit that rocks. With a much more anime accurate look to him, along with the similar gimmick that we've seen from the past, you should really pick this guy up if you're a huge fan of Medabots. Not this version though, as it was an exclusive and possibly impossible to find these days, but there are a few more of the Kotobukiya Medabot kits in the market. So if you see one, better pick it up before it disappears for good, because you can't go wrong with having too many Medabots. As the old adage goes, more Medabots, more power. Now tell me, how much power do I have on the shelf? So if you like this video, blast that like button, leave a comment down below, let me know if you're ready to hunt these kits down, share this video with your friends and family to show them what an exclusive Medaclear Medabot looks like, and consider subscribing, as there are always more good things coming to the channel. This is KID, the Man, and I'll see you all next time.